Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys along with me to sell my crocheted plushies at a market. So it's Saturday today and I have two events this weekend. So I have one today on Saturday and one tomorrow on Sunday. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me for both of them. So today isn't really a market, it's a Wiener Palooza. So it's organized by a Wiener Dog Rescue organization. So they're having like a fundraiser, there's vendors, there's obviously like dog related vendors, but I did apply just because, and I did make some Wiener Dog plushies, which I think are super cute and are probably going to be really popular today. So yeah, I made some of those, so I'm going to be selling my plushies over there, and I'm excited to see how it goes, and I'm excited to see all the dogs there. So we'll be leaving shortly. I'm going to show you guys my setup once we're all set up over there, and I can even show you guys some of the dogs. I'm obviously going to ask the owners first if I can take a picture or a video of their dog, and if they agree, I'm going to show you guys. So this was my setup at the Wiener Palooza. You can see my little wiener dogs on that rack right there, and all my other plushies. I even have some hot dogs in a bun. Here's a short clip of around me at the Wiener Palooza. You can see a lot of different dogs, mostly wiener dogs. Okay, so it's after the market. It's technically Sunday morning. It's like 12:30 a.m. When I got home from the Wiener Palooza, I laid down for like a minute because I just wanted to relax for a few minutes, and then turns out I took a nap. Like I woke up hours later. So anyways, so because I took a nap, I stayed up later and I crocheted. So I'm going to show you guys in a second what I made. Don't mind my appearance, it's like boiling in here and we don't have AC. So anyways, so I'm just gonna tell you guys really quickly how much I made today at the Wiener Palooza and how much the booth fee was, but I'm not gonna do a whole breakdown right now because I'm gonna do that tomorrow after tomorrow's market, and I'm just gonna do a whole breakdown of the whole weekend. So today at the Wiener Palooza, I made a total of $337 and the booth fee was $50, so that leaves me with a total profit of $287. I didn't take out the square fees for today, well yesterday I guess, because I'm just gonna take it out at the end of the weekend, so I'm gonna let you guys know about like all the square fees and all that stuff. So when I woke up from my nap earlier, so I finished 3 small bees because I sold out of those today. Well, I only had 2, but still. And I made 1 chicken. Then I made this chunky squid and this chunky octopus with the same yarn. So before going to bed, I just have to put price tags on these guys. This was my setup on Sunday, and in the video you can see my grandma being obsessed with my little mini dinosaurs. So it's 12:30, the event officially started at 11, and I went for a little walk earlier and saw at least one more vendor selling crocheted plushies, and they're selling them for really cheap. Like, to be honest, I would be surprised if they're paying off their materials. And my grandma just went for a little walk and saw a few more people selling crocheted plushies, and yeah, so I'm honestly very concerned for today. Alright, so I'm back home. I'm really sweaty and I probably smell horrible because it's like 35 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that translates to in Fahrenheit, but all I can say is that it's very hot out, and I was outside all day, so I'm obviously very sweaty. But anyways, so today's market was slower than usual at that location. So usually there's a lot more foot traffic, but it was Canada Day weekend last weekend, so I'm thinking maybe because everybody went out last weekend, they stayed in this weekend. I'm not sure, but there wasn't much, well, there was foot traffic, but not as much as usual, and there was a few other crochet booths which definitely affected my sales. So there was the one crochet booth that I saw that was a few booths down from me, and I did notice that their prices were a lot lower than mine. So a lot of people would pass by my booth, they would look, they would really like things, and they would just say, we'll go for a walk around, see everything else, and we'll come back. But by the time they came back, they had already bought something at the other booth because it was cheaper. So Like, I saw so many people walk past with stuff from another crochet booth that said they would come back. It does happen a lot that people say they'll come back and they don't, but the thing is that they bought it somewhere else because it was cheaper, but it was like significantly cheaper. It was crazy, honestly. So I didn't make as many sales as I would have liked to, but I did pay off my booth fee and made some profit, and I did sell my last cardigan, which is really good because I just wanted to get rid of them, to be honest. So just today I made a total of $356, and the booth fee was $70, so that would leave me with $286. And yesterday I made $287, so when we add that together, that's $573. And the square fees for this weekend were $11.64. So throughout the whole weekend, in the 2 days that I had a market, I made a total of $561.36 profit. So that's not horrible. I'm just very happy that I had yesterday's Wienerpalooza event, because if I had just today or just yesterday, it would not be a lot, but with both combined, it's not too bad. So now I'm gonna do a whole breakdown for you guys of everything I sold throughout the 2 days that I had events. So I'm gonna tell you guys how many of each item I sold out of the amount that I brought, and I will tell you guys how much I sold that item for, and if I have a picture of that exact item or something very similar that I made, I will put a picture up for you guys. And yeah, so let's get into it. So for the Wienerpalooza, I did make a lot of wiener dog plushies and hot dog plushies, which were very hilarious, and I sold out of those. So starting with the biggest hot dog that I had, I only had one, and I sold it for $28. That was the first one that I made, and then when I made the other ones, they ended up smaller. So the smaller hot dogs, I had 3 of them, and I sold all 3, and I sold them for $25 each because they were a bit smaller than the big ones. I had 2 wiener dog plushies, and I sold both of them for $22 each. I had 1 regular dog plushie, and I sold it for $20. Basically, the only difference between the wiener dog plushies and the regular dog plushies is that the wiener dog plushies had like a longer nose, and the regular dog had like a flatter face. So that's why the regular dog was a bit cheaper, because I didn't have to make the long nose. I started with 3 geckos, and I sold 1 for $18. I only had 1 mermaid kitty left, and I sold it for $20. I started with 3 mini mushies, and I sold 1 for $10. I only had 1 purple penguin, and I sold it for $25. I started with 5 small bees, and I sold 2 of them for $12 each. I started with 9 scrunchies, and I sold 1 for $4. I started with 12 chicken nuggets, and I sold 6 of them for $8 each. I started with 5 mini dinos, and I sold 1 for $12. I started with 2 big dinos, and I sold 1 for $25. I started with 1 rainbow jellyfish, which I actually finished like last night, I think, or no, not last night, the night before that. I don't even know at this point. And I sold it for $24. I had 1 cat, and I sold it for $15. I actually made that one at the market today. Like, I didn't even have it yesterday, and I sold it at the market today. I had 1 big squid, and I sold it for $30. I started with 2 soft squids. They were a bit smaller than the big squid, and I sold 1 for $25. I started with 2 small turtles, and I sold both of them for $18 each. So I actually made both of those at the market today too, along with the cat, and they both sold today. I started with 2 loveys, and I sold 1 for $25. I was happy because those don't sell very often, but I was very happy to sell 1. I started with 3 octopus plushies, and I sold 1 for $15. I started with 3 ice cream keychains, and I sold 1 for $8. I started with 9 octopus keychains, and I sold 4 of them for $8 each. I started with 7 bee keychains, and I sold 1 for $10. I started with 8 leggy frogs, and I sold 4 of them for $8 each. I started with one pack of catnip toys and I sold it for $12. And finally, I sold my last cardigan. It was the only one that I had, and I sold it for $75. $75 isn't even close to what it's worth for the amount of time that was put into it, but I've had them forever, and to be honest, I just kind of wanted them gone, but I also didn't want to like sell them for too cheap, so I thought $75 was good to meet in the middle, and I sold it. This girl came by and she was looking at it, so I told her she could try it on, and she tried it on. It looked so good on her, and she bought it. So that's a total of 42 items that I sold, and I started with 164 items total. So it's not much, but it's better than nothing, and I'm still pretty happy with my weekend. So of course, I'm pretty disappointed that other crocheters are not charging what their work is worth, but I can't control that. Nobody can control that other than them. I'm just happy that I charge what my work is worth, and I hope all of you do also, because crochet is a skill that not many people have, and I think that we should absolutely price what our work is worth. So with that put aside, I am happy with my weekend. I made a decent amount of sales, and I'm very happy that I sold all the hot dogs and wiener dogs. I think those were really funny. People loved them. So I'm definitely gonna have to buy more brown yarn to make more hot dogs because so many people find them very funny. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I release one video per week. I do so many markets. Next week I have 3 markets in 1 week, so definitely stay tuned if you want to see that. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!